Death before dishonor, these words were not just a motto but a sacred promise that defined the very soul of the samurai. This was the samurai's creed, rooted deeply in the Bushido code, a strict set of principles built on loyalty, courage, and unwavering honor. From the 12th century onward, samurai served noble families as both protectors and enforcers, their lives shaped by the 7 virtues of Bushido: rectitude, courage, benevolence, respect, honesty, honor, and loyalty. These virtues were not just ideals, but daily practices, guiding every action and decision. While most samurai were men, there were also elite female warriors known as onabugeisha. These women trained in combat, strategy, and defense, standing ready to protect their families and clans when needed. The samurai's era came to an end with the Meiji Restoration in 1868, as Japan rapidly modernized and the old feudal system dissolved. Swords were banned and the warrior class faded into history. Yet Bushido was never just a set of battle rules, it was a way of life, dictating not only how to fight, but how to live, how to serve, and even how to die with dignity. Imagine living by a code so strict that every greeting, every meal, every choice, and even the manner of your death reflected your honor and the reputation of your family. Samurai identity was inseparable from duty. Their conduct was always under scrutiny, both in public and private. Every action was a reflection of their clan and their ancestors. This relentless pressure shaped Japanese society for centuries, making endurance, discipline, and respect for authority not just personal values, but national ones that endure to this day. Though the samurai class was exclusive, their ideals became aspirational for all. The lessons of Bushido taught the importance of sacrificing personal desire for the greater good, and of finding strength in service. For the samurai, this path was a heavy burden, demanding constant vigilance and self-control. But it was the only life worth living. Their legacy, a culture built on responsibility, discipline, and the ever-present shadow of honor, continues to inspire, echoing through the generations of Japan. The first virtue, rectitude, meant unwavering moral clarity, a steadfast commitment to what is right, even when the world around you wavers. For the samurai, justice wasn't about blind obedience to rules or authority, but about choosing the right path, no matter the cost, and standing firm in the face of uncertainty. A true warrior acted swiftly and decisively, guided by an internal code of honor, never seeking loopholes or excuses, but always holding themselves accountable for their actions. Their world was black and white. Your worth was measured by your ability to choose honor over convenience, to stand for what is right even when it is difficult or unpopular. Next is heroic courage, not reckless fearlessness, but the bravery to do what's right, fully aware of the risks and consequences that may follow. True courage meant facing danger with a calm mind and unwavering purpose, not for glory, recognition, or personal gain, but for principle and the greater good. It was the strength to admit mistakes, endure consequences, and look death in the eye without flinching, knowing that integrity is more valuable than life itself. This courage was always tempered by rectitude, ensuring that bravery served justice, not ego, and that every action was rooted in a sense of responsibility. Living by this code was often harder than facing a blade, demanding constant self-reflection and the willingness to stand alone if necessary. The combination of moral direction and quiet bravery formed the core of the samurai spirit, shaping not just warriors, but leaders and role models for generations. Every decision was a test of character, a chance to prove one's values in both grand moments and everyday life. Their courage was a daily discipline, not a momentary act, requiring vigilance, humility, and the resolve to improve oneself continuously. This is what set the samurai apart from mere fighters, their unwavering pursuit of virtue, even when no one was watching. Bushido demanded not just strength but compassion, jin or benevolence. Samurai were protectors, not oppressors, wielding power with empathy and mercy. True strength included the capacity for kindness, using skill for the good of the community. Even a defeated foe deserved mercy. Cruelty was seen as weakness, not power. Complementing this was respect, a deep appreciation for others, shown through precise etiquette and sincere gestures. Respect wasn't just for superiors but for all, including enemies. Every bow, every word, reinforced social harmony and dignity. Disrespect threatened the delicate balance of society. Even in battle, respect was paramount. Duels began and ended with a bow. These virtues kept the powerful humble and society stable. For the samurai, makoto, honesty, meant your word was your bond, a sacred promise that could never be broken. It was not just about telling the truth, but about living truthfully in every moment, no matter the cost. A samurai's promise was absolute. To lie was to bring shame not only on oneself but also on one's family and ancestors. The weight of a single falsehood could echo through generations, staining a name that was meant to be honored. Sincerity was more than words. It was living with pure intentions and authentic actions. Every gesture, every decision was expected to reflect the true heart of the samurai, free from deceit or hidden motives. Their communication was direct. Actions spoke louder than any oath. In the world of the samurai, what you did mattered far more than what you said, and integrity was proven through deeds. Meiyo, honor, was the samurai's most prized possession, valued above wealth or even life itself. It was the invisible armor that protected their spirit and defined their place in society. Every action either built or tarnished one's honor, a legacy that could last generations. The samurai believed that their conduct would be remembered long after they were gone, shaping the destiny of their descendants. A stain on honor was a fate worse than death. To lose honor was to lose everything that gave life meaning and purpose. Seppuku ritual suicide was the ultimate act to restore lost honor, an extreme but absolute commitment to principle. It was a final courageous statement that honor must be preserved at all costs, even in the face of death. This focus on honor drove their discipline and shaped their legacy. It inspired relentless training, unwavering loyalty, and a sense of duty that defined the samurai way of life. Honor was both shield and burden, guiding every step. It demanded constant vigilance but also offered a sense of purpose and belonging. The samurai lived and died by this code, forging a legacy that still inspires respect and awe. Their sense of honor endures as a powerful ideal, reminding us that true strength lies in integrity, sincerity, and the courage to uphold one's principles. Chugi, loyalty, was the glue of the samurai world. Loyalty to one's lord was absolute, transcending personal feelings and even family. Samurai existed to serve, their honor tied to their lord's fate. This devotion demanded sacrifice, sometimes even life itself. The tale of the 47 Ronin who avenged their lord at great personal cost remains the ultimate example of loyalty. Yet loyalty could be a double-edged sword, forcing samurai into moral dilemmas when orders conflicted with justice. The tension between loyalty and rectitude was a constant test of character. In the end, loyalty defined the samurai's purpose and their greatest struggles. Samurai were more than warriors. They became administrators, scholars, and patrons of the arts, especially during times of peace. The ideal of bunbu ryodo, the pen and the sword, meant mastering both martial and cultural pursuits. Their influence shaped Japanese aesthetics, from tea ceremonies to poetry and garden design. As the ruling class, samurai managed domains, enforced laws, and maintained order, embodying justice and discipline. Their lives were highly regulated, reinforcing a strict social hierarchy. For many lower-ranking samurai, life was a struggle. Stipends were meager, and peace left them without purpose. Commerce and farming were forbidden, trapping some in poverty. The samurai class was both privileged and burdened, caught between tradition and change. Their legacy, a society shaped by discipline, artistry, and order. The samurai legacy includes the Onabu-geisha, elite female warriors trained alongside men. Armed with the naginata, they defended homes and clans, embodying Bushido's virtues. Figures like Tomoe Gozen became legends, proving women's strength on the battlefield. As peace settled, women's roles shifted to managing households and teaching Bushido to the next generation. Yet, the spirit of the Onabu-geisha endured, resurfacing in moments of crisis like the Boshin War. Their stories challenged the myth of the samurai as an all-male domain. The romantic image of the samurai hides a harsher reality. They were a military class, often enforcing their lord's will through war, intrigue, and suppression. Loyalty sometimes made them tools of ruthless leaders, and their lives were tightly controlled. Duels weren't always honorable, ambushes and deception were common. Many samurai spent years in peace, struggling with poverty and lack of purpose. Some became ronin, masterless warriors, mercenaries, or even outlaws. The katana, while iconic, was often a sidearm. Spears, bows, and later firearms dominated real battles. The introduction of guns changed warfare, and samurai adapted quickly. The lone swordsman is a powerful symbol, but real life was far more complex. The true samurai story is one of both glory and hardship. The samurai era ended swiftly with the Meiji Restoration, as Japan modernized and the feudal system dissolved. Samurai lost their privileges, swords and status, replaced by a modern army and new social order. Many resisted, but their rebellions were crushed. The class faded, but its spirit endured. Former samurai became leaders in government, industry and education, channeling Bushido into building modern Japan. The ideals of honor, loyalty and discipline remain woven into Japanese culture today. The samurai's transformation from warriors to nation builders is their true legacy. Their spirit lives on in martial arts, corporate culture, and the national identity. The way of the warrior continues to inspire, teaching us about honor and meaning in a changing world.